Z1 equals 3 plus 4i, and Z2 equals 5 plus 12i. Part 1. Find the modulus of Z1 and the modulus of Z2. Part 2. Evaluate Z1 multiplied by Z2. Part 3. Find the modulus of Z1 multiplied by Z2. And part 4. How are the modulus of Z1 multiplied by the modulus of Z2 and the modulus of Z1 multiplied by Z2 related? So part 1, find the modulus of Z1 and the modulus of Z2. Well, the modulus of Z1 is going to be the square root of a squared plus b squared, where a is the real part, which in this case is 3, and b is the imaginary part, which in this case is 4i, but we ignore the I. So we have the square root of a squared, which is going to be 3 squared, plus b squared, which is 4 squared. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 9 plus 16 is 25, and the square root of 25 is 5. So the modulus of Z1 is 5. Remember, modulus means distance from the origin. Now we're going to work out the modulus of Z2. So again, we use the formula as the square root of a squared plus b squared, where the a is going to be the real part 5, and the b is going to be the imaginary part 12. So we have the square root of a squared, which is 5 squared, plus b squared, which is 12 squared. 5 squared is 25, 12 squared is 144, and 25 plus 144 is 169, and the square root of 169 is 13. So the modulus of Z2 is 13. So the modulus of Z1 is 5, that means it's 5 units from the origin. That's the distance from the origin, and the modulus of Z2 is 13, so it's 13 units from the origin. So we can see that Z2 is further from the origin than Z1. Part 2. Evaluate Z1 multiplied by Z2. So Z1 and Z2 are stuck together, which means we multiply them. So we're going to write down Z1, which is 3 plus 4i with brackets around it. Then we write down Z2, which is 5 plus 12i with brackets around it, and make sure they're stuck together. Then we crack open the egg. We bring down the 3, and then stick on the second egg. Then we bring down the plus 4i, and again stick on the second egg. 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 12i is 36i, 4i times 5 is 20i, 4i times 12i is 48i squared. We bring down the 15, 36i plus 20i is 56i. For 48i squared, we're going to swap the I squared for minus 1 with brackets around it. And 48 times minus 1 is minus 48. So 15 minus 48 is minus 33. And then we bring down the plus 56i. So Z1 times Z2 is minus 33 plus 56i. Part 3. Find the modulus of Z1 multiplied by Z2. So in part 2, we worked out that Z1 multiplied by Z2 was minus 33 plus 56i. So we're going to use our modulus formula, which is the square root of a squared plus b squared, where the a is the real part, which in this case is minus 33. And the b is the imaginary part, which in this case is 56. So remember, we dropped the I when we're putting it into the formula. So we have the square root of a squared, which is minus 33 squared. Make sure you use brackets around this or you'll end up with a minus, which you don't want. Plus b squared, which is 56 squared. Minus 33 squared is minus 33 multiplied by minus 33, which is positive 1089. And 56 squared is 3136. So adding these together, we get 4225, and getting the square root of this, we get 65. So the modulus of Z1 multiplied by Z2 is 65. So this is 65 units from the origin. That's the distance from the origin. Part 4. How are the modulus of Z1 multiplied by the modulus of Z2 and the modulus of Z1 multiplied by Z2 related? So let's start with this. The modulus of Z1 multiplied by the modulus of Z2. Well, in part 1, we worked out that the modulus of Z1 was 5 and the modulus of Z2 was 13. So multiplying 5 by 13, we get 65. And this is also the answer from part 3. We got the modulus of Z1 multiplied by Z2 also to be equal to 65. Therefore, the modulus of Z1 multiplied by the modulus of z2 is equal to the modulus of z1 multiplied by z2.